La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
The Dandy Warhols and the Brian Jonestown Massacre, they just couldn't get along, and that's sad, really, but, it makes for great home viewing. We get the details from the Dig director, Andy Timiner. Plus, it's a great party trick, huh? Stealing your friend's fingerprints and then framing them for crimes. Yeah! And it's clobbering time. Flame on, and now you see me, now you don't. Or I'm rubbering your glue, or whatever. Taglines aside, we're going to demo the brand new Fantastic Four game. Now, like a one-way trip to the negative zone, it's Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Attack of the Show.
That's right. You got it right.
That's how we bring them
to
in.
help you through
No,
that.
I got it. I'm good with the name, at least. I'm Kevin Pereira, and guest hosting again for the entire week is Dr. Adam Sessler.
Doctor?
Yes.
How did I get that title?
Well, you gave some people some very good love advice, and
That's
now
true.
you're now the doctor of love.
Well, I've now gone back to screwing things up for everybody. I felt that was so aberrative that I had to get back normal.
Nurse Sessler.
Nurse Sessler.
Thanks. It's
thanks.
okay. It's not a downgrade. It's not a slant. I'm just, it's not as prestigious, I guess.
No, it is, and I have to wear that hat.
The little hat, exactly.
Yeah.
But Brendan's handing out the pills,
hey,
though. He's taking
Brendan.
care of some patients.
And the dress, too, Adam. Let's not forget about that.
Yes.
That's right.
And the white shoes. Not that all
That's a
nurses
naughty
are women,
nurse.
though.
That's the
That would
naughty
be
nurse
wrong.
with
No.
the lace and the...
Well, yeah, I'm not a woman, so yeah, that would prove that all.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
It happens. Brendan, anything going on today's show? What do you got?
The second installment, Kevin, of Wired Next Fest.
Yes.
This one's the good one.
And I heard it's a trilogy.
It is.
Wow.
Tomorrow's will be better as well, but I don't want to give anything away.
All right, I'm excited.
I am excited, too. I'm also excited about Yahoo beta testing their My Web 2.0 service. Have you heard about the Yahoo My Web at all?
I'm actually not that familiar, so enlighten me.
Good. Well,
friend.
don't worry that you're not familiar with it. So
Okay.
they beta tested this thing a while ago. Essentially, from what I get from reading confusing FAQs and whatnot, here it is. I'll show you. You can search your web or search the interweb. So I've already done a few searches. I'm going to search XPlay and I'm going to go to My Web.
Okay.
And this is I've done web searching already. Let's say there's a website you want to save. You want to bookmark it for yourself.
Right.
Well, here's XPlay. I've already bookmarked it, and now I can edit a note for it. I can check what folder it's in. I could share it publicly or privately. So let's say I want to move this to. I'll take XPlay and I'm going to move it to my shared folder. So let's do that. So now that'll pop in the shared folder, and anybody else they can search My Web. They can search my bookmarks. It's kind of like
Assuming somebody cares enough to actually know what you're searching.
Exactly. It's kind of a social bookmarking thing. The nice feature about it is that when you do find a site you like, let's say you want to save a copy of it, you just hit the save button, and here I can pull up, my saved copy of the XPlay website, and this is pulling it off Yahoo's server.
Okay, now that seems practical. So there's a lot of times like, that was such a good article, but then 2 days later, bingo is gone.
It gets removed, it gets changed, images break. Now you have a copy saved for you thanks to Yahoo, and then they say that the search itself is faster. I don't have a stopwatch or anything, but Google's faster. Yeah, exactly. I saved 0.04 milliseconds. Awesome. So that's the My Web. It's out there. Everybody should go try it, see what they think, and give us your feedback on the forums. I think. All right. Now, Adventure 2. Did you ever play the original Adventure?
Of course I did.
You
See,
did?
I played it when it was actually available for the system.
Oh wow! So you didn't have to emulate it. You were alive at that time.
Right when we were making the wheel.
Wow, that's
It
awesome.
was exciting.
That must have been a crazy time.
Big time. It was an adventure on the TV. It was an adventure in life too.
Man, well, now you can relive those moments in better graphics, actually. Thanks to a homebrew, kind of homage to the Atari 2600 game. This one's for the Atari.
Or is it a reimagining? Come on, that's a new term. It's a reimagining.
This is a reinterpretation of Adventure, if you will. And so here it is running on an Atari 5200 emulator. I'm going to pop it up full screen for you. What's nice about this is that, if you didn't play the first one, go ahead and give Adventure 2 a try. It looks a little prettier.
There was really a story in the first one that you're like, wow, I didn't know what happened. There was a dragon.
Right. Well, this one has full cutscenes, cinematic score.
Wow.
I'm lying. I'm saying.
But you're playing as Square. See, that's nice. I'm glad that they kept that up.
Exactly. So
what was that?
You can move around playing Adventure. There's a seahorse chasing me.
Well, no, that's actually the dragon because it looked like a duck in the original Adventure.
Everybody yells, watch out for the seahorse. How does he walk on land?
But
Anyway,
what is that?
That's a frog thing. It's Battletoads. It's integration. There he is. He's running around. I have no idea. The point is, if you're looking for an adventure-like experience and you want a free and legal use for your emulator, if you need a reason to justify your ROM library when the feds come knocking, just say, hey, I thought they were all open source like Adventure 2 and show it.
Right. Now, you can't buy it in cartridge form, can you?
Not yet. You can download the demo for free off of a website. We'll put the link in our show notes. But I believe in the future they might distribute it. It took them 4 years to make.
Yeah,
so
I remember I once saw one at the Classic Gaming Expo called the Alfred Challenge, where they actually made a cartridge for it. It's called the Alfred Challenge.
They may pull that off as well. Now, tennis star Maria Sharapova, she's kind of like the new Anna Kournikova.
Except she's actually good at tennis.
Oh.
Ironic, isn't it?
That's
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, well, she is so popular now that her on-court grunts have actually become a ringtone.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. Now, the off-court
Because people
grunts,
really want to relive the experience of her playing on the court,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
The off-court grunts are much better, but nonetheless, here's the ringtone.
All right.
Yeah?
Sounds like a dog being kicked.
Oh, hold on. Let me grab that. Yeah? Oh, hey. Brendan, no? Come on.
I was
play
always
overtime
partial
for
to the Monica Seles grunts. She started everything off.
Listen to it.
But
She's
it's almost so perfectly rhythmic that it really sounds like someone's being beat with maybe like a large piece of a salami loaf or something.
A switch? Latex?
Nah, I'm thinking more like deli
spatula?
meat, like the entire deli meat thing. It's just kind of a dull, blunt, meaty.
I clearly hear it.
Yeah,
I
get
hear
it.
it. I do.
Yeah.
I hear a little sausage in there.
Yeah.
That's right. Maria Sharapova, there you go. And
Crazy girl.
Finally, a dog named Fish has posted time-lapse video of them putting together a Lego Star Wars destroyer. So this is.
Hey, I'll be honest. When you first told me this, it sounded kind of lame, and then I saw the video. This is very impressive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here it is. They set up a webcam. They used it to snap a picture every 5 seconds. So here we go. I'll jump. There's the Star Wars box, and we see them going to town. Now, our producer.
Oh, they had instructions. I thought they were having to do it like they had invented.
No, they didn't blindfold them or make them cut the Legos themselves. They just started putting the pieces together. But you can see it really come together over time. It's a 4-minute and 17-second video. Now, one of our producers actually put this together. It said it took him 10 hours of his life on his own to do it. So I don't know what the complete elapsed time was, but there we go. Let's see it finished. I mean, come on, it's worth at least seeing.
Yeah,
there it is. And there's their website.
Now that is impressive.
It's impressive. Very impressive. And now you have the whole time-lapse video. And Brendan's doing something similar, right, Brendan?
Really?
With time-lapse video?
Yeah, and Legos?
No, not with Legos, just with time-lapse video, though.
Oh, okay.
I'm rebuilding my deck.
That's not nearly as entertaining.
Oh, I thought you were just aging.
I'm going to pressure wash some wood. It's going to be riveting. It's not...
Paint drying.
Well, when it's done, I'll put it on the show.
Okay,
Kevin.
good. Appreciate it, Brendan.
You're welcome.
All right, by now, your response to commercials should be to stay put and wait patiently for the show to return. It's almost Pavlovian.
I would say it's Pavlovian.
Yeah.
Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-a-ding. And when the show does return, we talk music, raging egos, and bar fights with Dig director Andy Timiner. Woo! Yeah.
Attack of the Show, baby. Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack.
If you think the life of a rock star is all parties and groupies and Boost Mobile Fridays, then you need to see the documentary Dig for a quick reality check, my friends. Director Andy Timiner recorded over 15 hours of backstabbing and diva behavior and bar brawls, and you put together the movie Dig, huh?
Yeah, so I think it was close to 2,000 hours.
2,000 hours?
Yeah.
Now, how long does it take to actually amass 2,000 hours of footage?
Well, the first 3 years we shot almost every day, so it happened pretty fast. I mean, we were at about 1,500 hours, and then I think it was the year 2000 that we started cutting. This is my brother and I, and we cut for 4 years. We were trying to make a narrative feature film out of real footage, so that you never knew what was going to happen next. And in order to do that, we filmed all of life as it was happening, so we could take everyone with us.
That's one of the things when watching this, you really don't know what's going to happen next. You're like, okay, well, clearly everybody's hit rock bottom, and they're all going to end up in an alley, and the credits are going to roll. But then it keeps changing. I mean, how emotionally wrenching was that during the process of filming this for you and for everybody else involved? I mean,
Well, it was hard. I mean, it was hard because they became like family to us, and we to them. We all lived together, and we're part of everything. We were on the road when they couldn't make it out of a city because 2 band members walked away. We were stuck there too.
Wow.
We didn't have any money either, and we had no investors. So it was kind of like, we had to keep reminding ourselves we were the documentary filmmakers, and if there was a heavy drug moment or you wanted to intervene, or the lead singer's being abusive to someone else,
Sure.
you have to remind yourself to hold the camera
Right.
and try and stay out of it.
Hold it steady, let it unfold, and we'll fix it in post, right?
Cinema verite.
So now, for those who are uninitiated, we're talking about bands, we're talking about heavy drug use. This isn't what's the Dig about exactly? Who are we following here?
Dig is about really 2 men who are sort of star-crossed lovers, obsessed with each other from afar. It follows them over 7 years, them and their bands. It's Anton Newcomb and the Brian Jonestown Massacre, and Courtney Taylor and the Dandy Warhols.
Mm-hmm.
And they just take such different approaches to the music industry and to their lives and to intra-band relations. And as one band starts to become successful, the other band sort of becomes insanely jealous. But each man possesses what the other man doesn't have. So, Courtney has this ability to succeed that Anton's terrified of.
Right.
And Anton has this integrity that Courtney wishes he had, but doesn't want to ride that edge quite to the degree that Anton does. So it's a way to look at art colliding with industry and sort of the creative process over a really long period of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a really, really long period of time. You said it, and it was
My 20s.
You were cutting while it was going on, and it was over 7 years.
Yes. Yeah,
7
from
years
when
of
I was
following
23 to when I was 30. I actually finished the film 3 days before giving birth to my son.
Oh, congrats!
Which was no coincidence. I was trying to close that chapter of my life, trying to close it. So
Right now, I mean, are you surprised that these bands even lasted 7 years to film?
Of course. I mean, it's amazing because I started with 10 bands, really to look at bands on the verge of getting signed and to look at what happened to the bands as the industry got involved. How it affected their art, what compromises they had to make. And because we all have to make those compromises, and I was facing it myself.
Right. I wear 2 shirts every single show. It's mandatory.
Really?
I have my art, but the networks decide this is what I need to do.
Are you union?
I compromise myself. Yeah,
Better
we'll
go
get
union.
into that later. Actually, I want to know about what kind of craziness happened. I mean, the movie's insane, and there are moments of insanity throughout. But was there a craziest moment for you?
Well, there were several, but I guess one of them was getting arrested because, see, you're going along and you're shooting something and, you ask the singer to drive your car so that you can film.
Right.
And you don't expect there to be a sign on the road that says mandatory drug search 2 miles ahead. And then you don't
clearly
expect
that's
the
not an
guy to
issue. I
waive
mean,
the rights.
You're with a hardcore kind of indie rock band. Clearly, there's no issue with drug.
They cleaned out the van for 2 hours, and still the dogs jumped all over, and you can see it in the footage.
Wow.
Do you have it?
Oh yeah, they're seeing it right now. They're seeing the van getting a little search edge there.
It's amazing. Like prescription pills are popping out of the door of the car.
Wow.
It's insane.
Wow. Now, this got quite a bit of critical acclaim there, huh?
Well, it was surprising. I was just trying to finish what I started, and really that was just create a document of all those hours onto one tape, But it ended up getting into Sundance, and then it won Sundance, the Grand Jury Prize. And now my son, who's a year and a half old, has been to Europe 5 times. He's been on over 100 airplanes.
Yeah.
He's been to 14 countries.
And when he's 18,
and it's all because of Dig.
When he's
I mean,
18 and rebellious, you can remind him of that. I brought you to Europe, damn it.
if he sees the trailer, he starts bouncing up and down.
Awesome.
So it's like, it's been an incredible ride, and it's opened a lot of doors for me and for the bands. So.
That's great. You brought some footage with us, or for us rather, and it's really interesting. This is when BJM is on stage at the Viper Room.
Yeah,
So-
it's actually the first show I ever shot of theirs. Me and my brother were operating 2 cameras, and it was the most incredible thing because I think 9 labels were there to see 9 record labels,
right.
and this is what happened.
All right, let's see it. This is BJM at the Viper Room.
Now, if Anton thought that anyone screwed up during a song, he would immediately correct them.
Hey, that! Nobody's gonna say you to me on my stage with my band. You get off my stage because you don't have the band. Hey, I'm gonna have the bouncers beat you up if you don't stop stepping on their mics, man. They don't like that. Pick that up. Up and quit. Stand the back, mother.
Actually bride.
Wow, yeah, that's one way to get the party started. Andy, thank you so much for coming on,
Thank
and
you.
again, congrats on the DVD. It's awesome.
Thank
But
you
the
very
film,
much.
The film is incredible. For more info on the film, check out digthemovie.com, and of course, Dig is available in DVD stores now. I highly recommend it to everybody. Now, once you make it into the triple-digit channels, it's really no use in trying to flip all the way back. So, a video game network that doesn't showcase video games is kind of like a music video channel not showing any music videos. But don't worry, Brendan has us covered. And never again get foiled by a fingerprint scanning mouse. We're going to hack your digits, folks, and it's coming up next. All right, recently, Adam, we found a low-tech way of stealing someone's fingerprints and making fake ones out of it. It was off this website here, ccc.de. I guess it's Chaos Computer Club. So.
You really are subversive there, Kevin.
Well, I do my best. I do my best, Adam. It's a little unnatural. Here we go. You're going to need some things to do this. Let's say you need to make a backup of your fingerprints.
Yeah.
Or you want to pull a party prank and frame a friend.
Right,
Whatever.
or you want to do a backup of your friend's fingerprints because he might lose his fingers one day.
Exactly. It's a good thing to do for your buddies. You're going to need some things. First of all, you need a fingerprint on a smooth surface. So we have one on this coffee mug here. You could grab it off of a pair of eyeglasses or a CD. Any smooth surface that can hold your greasy little print. You're also going to need some crazy glue or some super glue that contains a chemical called ethyl cyanoacrylate.
Now, you're not getting it for the actual stickiness of it. It's actually for what people huff off of.
Well, yeah. It's to get a good buzz off of when you're doing the experiment, but it's also because it's integral to the part. You'll see that. in a second.
Right, exactly.
So what you're going to want to do is take a couple drops of your super glue, put it in a bottle cap like this one right here. Once you have it, then you have to put said bottle cap over said greasy, smooth fingerprint.
Right.
Okay. You got to hold it there for about 20 minutes. And what's going to happen is that the fumes, that ethocyanolactyl whatever, is going to actually react with the fatty residue in the fingerprint.
Right.
And it can form something like this. We let this one set for quite a while, but we wanted to show, like, as you can see in there, there are real fingerprints. There's another one up here as well. They do come out, okay? So we have...
also, because that's a flat surface, I also imagine you can get a better reaction from it. This is obviously curved right here.
Well, if you have like a curved Coke bottle or something like that, and you need to take a photo of it, you can do that. Just take a nice high-res, macro-focused image of it. But with a flat surface, you can scan it in using an actual like flatbed scanner, which is what we did. So we pop this bad boy on a scanner, and then we throw it into Photoshop. And the reason to do that is to adjust the color levels.
Right.
So we have an image of it here. You can see that is a cleaned up fingerprint.
That is a beautiful. You have beautiful fingerprints.
That's actually plasticbugs.com's right thumbprint. So if anybody wants to frame him, grab a still from your TiVo and print it out. There you go.
All right.
And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to print it on transparency paper and use a laser printer because that toner, go ahead and feel it. You can see it actually creates.
Oh, it's ribbed.
Yeah, it is ribbed for
my pleasure. And I'm having some.
Don't have too much, because seriously, I can't see what's going on south of the border right now. Then you want to take some glue or some wood glue and put it on over the actual fingerprints that you printed out. Let it dry. You can peel it off, and then here, I'll demo it right here. Here's a peeled off greasy fingerprint. I'm going to press it now onto a PDA. Get it nice and there you go.
There you go.
There's a fingerprint. It's right there.
A nice
it actually
greasy
works.
print.
It's
that's the stuff that completely mucks up your PSP screen.
Exactly, yeah. And so that's a good thing. If you have
Actually, it's a good place to pull them off of. Is
pull
the
it onto the
PSP
PSP,
screen.
exactly. But now here's a question. It can fake it for like a crime scene, again, for that practical joke. You're pulling on a buddy, you know, the 3 dead hookers aren't mine, they're my buddies.
How do you just have a practical joke crime scene?
It can happen.
Once the cops show up, it stops being a joke.
The thing is, Punk'd is running out of ideas, so we're trying to help them. That's what you can do.
Yeah, Ashton needs more help.
This is, we wanted to see how accurate this was, and so we have a fingerprint. This is an APC biometric mouse. So here we go. We're going to try and scan this bad boy here, and I've got the computer running. It's ready to go. I'm going to press my finger against it. And, of course, I click the mouse button here. Let me try that one more time. And we're scanning. We're scanning. It's not even showing up. It normally does show up, but...
authority wins today.
No, seriously, you know, again, it could fool a crime scene, but apparently it cannot fool the biometric scanner. So there you have it. We did try it earlier. See, that was my fingerprint there.
And what's the mouse again?
The mouse, it's an APC biometric scanning mouse, $60.
Gotta hand it to them. $60 mouse beats the cops.
There you go. We've got a link and all the instructions, of course, on our blog. Check it out. Now, man, I want so badly to tell you what's coming up, but Adam, they swore me to secrecy. Oh, screw it!
Oh, yay!
The feed is back. I know, it never went anywhere, but it's back.
Great.
And ways to turn your boring old PSP into an accessory-laden PSP, huh?
Wow!
Yeah, stick around for that.
I'm excited.
Oh no! Oh, it's all right. You weren't interrupting.
We weren't doing
Adam and I.
anything.
We were just discussing whether Brendan's second Next Fest report was going to be as creepy as his first.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
Yeah, it's coming up next. They can decide.
All right. And then I asked Kevin, what's better than one superhero? And he said one that's Jessica Alba. And I had to admit, he had me on that one. So we've got a Fantastic Four demo, and it's on the way.
That's right. But now, like a car or an action figure or a glam rock frontman, a PSP really is nothing if it can't accessorize. Am I right?
I think you're completely right.
It's all
Especially
about
nowadays, because it sure can't play many games. Because I'm still doing Luminous, and that's 3 months after the launch.
Yeah.
That's not a good
but
thing.
Luminous is worth it.
Oh, it is. No, I'm not
We
saying it's a bad
digress.
game.
Let's not detour
Right.
here. Let's get to the
Yes.
goods. The Logitech Play Gear Pocket. Adam, do you care to hand model that for us?
Yes, I will.
This is just a simple case you can have. $20, not bad at all.
I find it a little hard to open.
It is a little.
There we go.
It's a little wonky, but it functions as a stand as well, and you can remove these rubber inserts and customize the back of it. Kind of put in your own artwork or whatever.
I mean,
nice
it's
little
nice.
feature.
I don't see why it's that much better than the nice slip sleeve. That's
It's really not. But this one is the Norive. This is the leather Sony PSP Ambition. Ambition.
And I like pointing out that apparently Ambition is an accessory to Sony. I just want to point that out.
Brilliant. Yes, it is. $50.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Gone.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right. And now you were talking about Grand Theft Auto having
Right,
streaming
because
technology.
it's going to be a GTA. It is not just missions, as some people speculate. It is going to be the full world, and they're going to be streaming all that information. That will use the battery
That
juice.
will kill your battery. So here you go, folks. A little backup battery action. It's the Pelican Power Brick. $20. Works as advertised. It'll double your playing time from 4 to 8 hours. So that's not bad at all. You're
Right.
going to need it to get the Liberty
Right,
Storage,
and also
probably.
unless there's going to be a very expensive bundle on the way.
Yeah, exactly. And there usually tends to be. And then finally, over 100,000 UMDs sold, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, a ridiculous amount. People are obviously using their PSP to play movies, so you might want to invest in one of these. This is the HipGear Stereo Station. It's $60. Looks kind of sexy, right?
But how's the sound quality coming out of these speakers?
The sound is really, really good.
Is.
I
It
got
really
it,
is.
and it even has some bass to it. You have your controls here for volume, next tracks, etc. And on the back, if I spin it around for you, you'll notice it has power in, so you can charge your PlayStation while you're using it, and of course the line in if you have an iPod or something else. So there you go. That is the HipGear Stereo Station, $60. But this is the one that our lab picked.
The big mama.
Our labs picked this bad boy here. This is the Nyko Theater Experience, $80. It's got a protective aluminum shell. Nice
I
and
like
hard
that.
there.
I like the way that feels.
And it can all fold up. It's all collapsible. And here, let me get it playing here. You can hear that some of the noise. Speakers are a little tinny in comparison to the Pocket Station. For $80, I'd like them to be a little bit better. But what's nice is that not only can you recharge it while it's in use, but under this little flap here, under that bad boy, feel free to lift it up, there are 2 headphone jacks as well as a line in. So
There we go.
you can play your iPod, but if you really want to shut the kids up,
But it's perfect for an airline flight. Every
sets of
parent who
headphones.
has kids, get them this and keep them from talking to me.
Exactly. There you have it. That is the Nyko Theater Experience. Again, $80. It's our lab pick. Just visit attackoftheshow.com for a complete review and, of course, links from our products lab.
Now it's all the news that's been filtered and approved by our exalted leader. We call it the feed.
In less time than it took you to turn off yesterday's show, post nasty comments in our forum, eat a Happy Meal, and then go to bed, someone hacked into Google's brand new video service. It took less than 24 hours for the infamous Norwegian hacker DVD John to get inside and create a patch that effectively removes restrictions on Google's new video LAN player, allowing it to play videos that aren't hosted on Google's servers. And just today, Google announced an addition to Google Maps that lets people embed maps on their own web pages using JavaScript. It's in beta form right now, so the clock's ticking on you hackers out there. We expect to see some improvements to the map system by this time tomorrow. Okay? Bloggers are mad as hell, and they're taking their fight to the steps of Congress, which for most of them is the most daylight they've seen since the late 90s. Proving that one blogger can be a nuisance, but many can be a bigger nuisance. The people behind sites like dailycoast.com, redstate.org, and others are taking up arms against a proposed federal regulation that would place blogs under the campaign finance reform laws. In other words, funds raised on grassroots websites would be subject to government limitations. Bloggers argue that people like Rush Limbaugh and his radio program are protected, but self-published websites with a fraction of the audience are not. Mark this day down, folks, because it's the first time liberals have ever wanted to be in the same boat as Rush Limbaugh. Yeah. Speaking of banner days, we also have an Apple story that doesn't involve lawsuits, hacks, or Steve Jobs allegedly dropping trow in a board meeting. Instead, we're going to talk about iTunes 4.9. What makes this version so special, apparently, is it supports video casting, which is like podcasting, but with moving pictures. All you got to do is search for RSS feeds that carry video enclosures, and iTunes will play it. It's that simple. And if you act now, we'll throw in an iPod sock and a classy Macintosh keychain absolutely free. Sorry, I was channeling Ron Popeil there for a second. Boy, this is a little awkward. Because, normally I'll just say something mean about Steve Jobs, and then I'll go to the next story. iTunes 4.9. Rock on. Okay, then. 13 students from Kutztown, Pennsylvania were giving school-issued laptops with limited password-locked internet connection. They naturally figured out how to disable the lockdown and get to the good stuff online. Did they receive detention? Suspensions? No. Try felony charges. The students are allegedly facing felony charges because they circumvented the administrator password, downloaded music, and, quote, inappropriate images. Their parents are outraged, saying the supposedly secret password was actually distributed by the school earlier in the year, and that at no time the server security was breached. In other words, this is a slap on the wrist at best, not a jailable offense. And we have to agree. Is anyone else upset students are being punished for being smarter than their school? Because, if this sets a precedent, the remake of The Breakfast Club is going to look like The Shawshank Redemption. That's the feed, and you can thank me later.
Oh, well, thank you now, Brendan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Kevin.
All right, good.
And
Good. That was... All right,
That
I
story
figure you're
is
going to have...
infuriating.
Yeah, I figure you'll have something to say about it, so please, soapbox it up.
I'm not even a
Dr.
big fan of the kids, but that's just outrageous.
Right.
There's so much overzealous behavior on especially the part of schools where, literally they assume students are already criminals and they have to prove themselves otherwise. Obviously it's a sillier story, but the kid who puked on his teacher and he's being charged with battery.
Well, he did it on purpose. If that was an accidental
How can you
upchuck,
batter someone with vomit?
Well, come on. What else are you going to charge him with? Is there a projectile vomit clause? But what's interesting to me is I thought when school students do something wrong, the schools get sued, or something like that.
Yeah.
Why are they suddenly being held accountable?
Yeah,
this never happens any other time. So why now with computer security?
It is a scary time.
It is a scary time. And I'll hold you after the show, Adam. It'll be okay. We're going to get through it. All right.
We understand. The last time you went to a LAN party, you woke up to find pictures of yourself passed out with beer bottles, pizza, and, well, it looks like one of our Olsen twins stacked on top of you. But we do promise we won't do that this time. It'll be 3 twins.
That's right, because the Battlefield 2 demo we're playing, it's no fun and games, soldier. It's gritty. It's dangerous. And lets you fly jet fighters. Oh, that's awesome. Woo! It's serious business, folks, so don't mess around. Jet fighters.
All right, to register, just go to our website and click on Join Our LAN Party. Now, that's where you'll get all the details and the links to get started. And we'll see you on Thursday. Well, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
For the LAN party. Up next, it is my favorite part of Attack of the Show. This is the user created. So lets me peek inside your viewers' brains and see the dark abyss staring back at me.
Yeah.
What can I say? I read Nietzsche a lot.
Who? Yeah. Turn into fire or be made of rock. We've already had one big superhero movie and video game tie-in this summer, but why settle for being a lone crusader when you can team up with friends and do 4 times the damage, huh? Louis Peterson, the CEO and president of 7 Studios, is here to take us inside the Baxter building with the Fantastic Four. And, of course, driving the game over here is Charles. You there? You ready to go? You got the fingers ready? This is it. We're making it happen. Thank you for joining us on the show today, Louis.
Good to be here.
You had Zach Penn, one of the writers of, X-Men 2? Mm-hmm. He was behind your game.
Yeah. We actually needed to bring in some help. He actually also did a polish on the script of the movie as well. One of the things with Fantastic Four, the game, is that we go much further beyond what just the movie covers as well. So he really needed to get that action, that Hollywood, that whole element into the prospect.
So now how do you do that? Do you say, okay, well, there's certain elements that happen in the movie, so we're going to let you replay those, and then we're going to embellish on them, or do we have new missions from outside of the movie?
It goes, we embellish on what happens in the movie. For example, you get attacked by robots a lot more than they get attacked by robots in the movie.
Spoilers, I didn't know there were robots. Thanks, Liz.
in the game. You may be seeing some robots in
All
the
right,
game.
so we're embellishing a bit.
Yeah, and we also go on into all sorts of different environments. We introduce a lot of different enemies. Mole Man, for example, here Charlie's playing against the mole creature, which, by the way, is featured on the very first issue of the Fantastic Four comic book.
Now, I know he's got, I'm assuming the D-pad there is going to switch between characters. I see more than one on screen. Do we get to control all four?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, and how does that mechanic work? Is it just a simple button press and we switch on the fly?
Yeah, it's very simple. The D-pad, you push up, down, left, right, and that'll switch you to whichever character is in that slot.
Now, how hard is that? How challenging is that, rather, to develop a game when normally you have a main character, you focus on their sets, their abilities, their mechanics, their moves, etc.
Right.
You had to deal with 4 different main characters. Did you have to make any sacrifices for other parts of the game in order to really get those 4 characters down?
Well, we looked at it as more of an opportunity to really explore a different aspect of teamwork, where characters are working together. It is a huge responsibility and a sort of a burden in a way to have to say you've got Thing, who's the brawler, you've got Sue, who can be stealthy and invisible, Johnny, who is obviously on fire and flames. We love flames.
Right.
And then Reed, who can stretch and invent things. And it was a big challenge to make them all feel distinct and unique, but also powerful. But what we did is we spent a lot of time on that, and then really spent a lot of time on making them work together as a team. And that's the teamwork aspect, is what you can't get when you only have one hero.
Right. And so with regard to teamwork, we're not just solo on this game, right? We can actually hop in with a friend and use our powers together?
Yes, co-op is actually one of the most fun aspects of the game, and if you have a friend, you'll really like this game.
You can rent one as well. I mean, they're easy to find on the internet.
You can rent friends, yes.
I want to ask about the voiceover work, because I was told you got the actual celebrities, from the movie to help out with the VO in the game. And my question with that is from what I see with games, and maybe your opinion differs, is that sometimes when someone is an actor, that doesn't necessarily translate well into like a game voiceover artist.
No, that's true. That's true.
And did you feel like you had to work with them and teach them and tell them, okay, well, you have to deliver this line like this because in the context of the game it's like that? I mean, how does it work for you?
I think actors are getting better at it. More and more, they're more aware of what games are and what goes on, and delivering it in a concise and more action. Everything needs to be up and bigger. And I'm not just saying it. The actors for Fantastic Four did a really good job with the VO. I was very happy with it.
So they were aware that they were part of a video game and perhaps psyched to actually be part of it?
Yeah, exactly. They didn't show up and say, what am I doing here, and then leave. That's
polygons? What am I doing? Well, forget this.
No, they all did a great job. They were very helpful.
Now, one of the ways you incorporated the powers was with mini games. And why did you decide to go that route necessarily with the level design and whatnot?
Well, really, what we did is the mini games are sort of an aspect to break up the action. The most of the time you're really spent in combat, doing team combos, but every once in a while there'll be a challenge. One of the reasons we did it is, for example, with Thing, we really wanted to showcase his superpowers, so it's very hard to control him picking up a giant robot, throwing him across the room and then outside the window.
Sure.
So we would do a mini game challenge to make it so that you earn that, and then you get a cinematic experience. Similar to sort of what they did a little bit with God of War, was another example of weaving mini games into an action experience.
And would you ever want to develop a movie license game ever again, is my question after doing this?
I had a great time. We love Fantastic Four. It's a real challenge to weave them, integrate them all together, but the property was great, the experience was great. Working with Fox, Marvel, Activision was really fun.
Fantastic, Louis. Thank you so much for coming on. Excellent demoing abilities there, sir. That is the Fantastic Four game. It's in stores now, and of course the movie is in theaters next Friday, so make sure you check them out. Now, got to be honest, folks, I'm kind of tired of saying stick around and stay put. I mean, what if I just snapped my fingers and gave you a menacing stare? All right, well, hopefully the powers of user created will do what my stare failed to, because you're not all that compelled. And see the wonders of Wired's Next Fest through the eyes of Brendan Moran, ladies and gentlemen. It's a life-changing experience. Stick around for it. Sorry. On the next attack of the show, contagious media? Viral marketing? Put the syringe away. We're talking about the Contagious Media Showdown. Plus, 2 times is a habit, 3 is an addiction. I go back to Wired's Next Fest, and you know what? I can quit at any time. And we ship out for the exotic locales of Battlefield 2 in our weekly LAN party. Last one in is a pacifist Nancy. That's the next show, due to attack any time now. You know, if you learn one thing from this show, it's that technology is fun.
And if properly lubricated, you can fit it up your own ass. Fortunately, I didn't have to do anything like that at Wired's Next Fest, as far as you know.
Back here reporting in Chicago at the Wired World's Fair. Now, there's a lot of really cool things to see here. There's flying cars, there's submarines, and there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, like this fog screen that's projecting my image. Watch my high kick now. Yeah. So this is Kick-Ass Kung Fu.
Right.
Do you have any more of those shirts?
You can buy them online at kickasskungfu.net.
Good answer.
This can be used in arcades or amusement parks and stuff. The computer sees and hears you through camera and microphone. It puts you in the game.
What do you think about my Kung Fu skills? Have you ever seen anything like those?
Your Kung Fu skill.
Yeah, my Kung Fu skill.
You did pretty well, I guess.
I know. So I'm playing brain ball, and the idea is to just relax your brain. And the one who's the most chilled out actually gets to win. You're going down. Oh, it's over within seconds. I beat that little kid. 2 for 2. I'll take one more. Who's got it? Who wants me? Who wants the master? Wow, Kerry, that was a drubbing. I thought you were going to be better than that. I'm just going to retire with my perfect 6-0 record. Behind me are these things called juke bots. They're 2 arms that pick up records and scratch them simultaneously. The cool thing is, they're about twice the DJ with half the pretension and addiction to designer drugs.
We're using these blowing interfaces. Now what we're doing is we're controlling a balloon which hovers over different landscapes. The aim of the game is to collect different icons.
You're using wind power to control something on a screen, right?
Yeah. This is a non-violent game when you work as a team, blowing into these devices, trying to move this balloon over land and avoid obstacles. Is that right?
What if the balloon crashes, then wouldn't it be somewhat violent?
These are golf balls that are made to dissolve in water.
Really?
Yes.
Can you hit them just as far as a normal golf ball?
No, it's a good question. They only travel about 75%. The real golf ball. A lot of private people that live on the ocean or have a yacht. They have a temporary green on board.
Why didn't I think of that? Damn it. Some really cool stuff there at the Next Fest. But I am a little saddened, Brendan.
Why is that, Kevin?
Because I can't get enough of the Next Fest, and now it's over. You know, I saw it and it's done. You know,
Kevin, don't you listen to the Coming Up?
What? What did I miss?
We're having more Next Fest tomorrow.
Yes. Huh?
High five.
That's the way we do it. All right. Other shows, they have live audiences or viewer mailbags, but we have a little deviant arts and crafts homework assignment we like to call user created. All right, Adam, you weren't here last week, but I know you TiVo religiously, and so you know that we asked people at home to come up with a new banner for the Attack of the Blog, our new website, right?
Okay.
They delivered, Adam. They delivered a lot of...
good for the people.
Well, they delivered a lot of crappy MS Paint entries, actually.
Bad for the people.
Bad for the people. Seriously, no more MS Paint. Like we can... It's done.
Even I know not to do that.
Exactly. Fortunately, we did get a few good ones.
Good.
They did come through, and here they are. We're going to show them off. This little entity right here, it's All-Star. He sent us this banner. The font choice it's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah,
colors are good. It's going to go up there. It's also got a creepy screaming lady in there somewhere, I think.
Where is the creepy screaming lady?
It's hard to see, but it's there. I promise.
Oh, okay.
It's right there-ish. Right. So there you go. The next banner tried to creep us out in a different way, though.
Oh, good. I love creeps.
There's 2 topless men in paper hats at the bottom of the screen. So Brent Hollow Man, who, for the record, ladies, is the topless pirate on the left, sent us several submissions. This was the only one that gets through because it had pirates.
Well,
which are
a day without pirates is now becoming like, I don't know, bears without honey or something like that.
Ninjas or pirates, quick.
Oh, I always go for pirates.
See, I go for ninjas. We'll fight.
Well,
later.
if they're on the boat.
Okay, fair enough. Jeffrey Michael Canty came up with this one. It's an animated GIF banner apparently. Let's see it. Is it animating? Yeah, it's animated, I think. Yeah, there's animation there.
I feel.
It looks like
Energy?
the show is like shooting tentacles apparently. So it's like I think there's a hentai thing there going on.
It's exactly where I was going to go.
Speaking of which, Aaron Cummings worked up a classy blog banner that looks like a little bit like the Hollywood sign there. So that's pretty good. And there's a giant circuit board in the background, and it's like the actual Santa Monica
We don't
Mountains.
have to pay royalties to Sony for putting that up either.
No, not at all, not at all. And finally, the week's best design goes to Bing Kelsey DeGuel. DeGuel?
DeGuel.
Yeah, that sounds good.
DeGuel. Let's make it French.
So we're not exactly sure what's in there, but there's some binary code and a pixelated font and trapezoids.
Mysteries. It's something that you can keep on returning to find a new element in it.
And that's what we want. That's what we want on the blog.
Exactly.
Thanks to everybody who submitted. We'll be posting the 5 winners on the Attack of the blog from July 11th to the 15th, so they can go and see their.
And they're going to have their day in the sun. Well,
Exactly.
not the sun, it's just going to be on the computer screen. It's probably indoors in a creepy basement.
They have the day on the CRT.
Yes, a day on the CRT.
There you have it. Now, just because you have a long weekend doesn't mean that your user-created project is going to be easy.
No,
Adam.
it does not.
This is probably the most difficult one we've ever had, but I'm very excited. We want you to actually crash your local parade. There's going to be plenty of them. Pick one, tape it, and send it to us. Now,
because obviously no one's going to be security conscious during the week of July 4th.
Not at all. Not on an event like that. I mean, come on. Now, there are rules, though. So you've got to wear or hold something that says Attack of the Show. You can do signs or clothing or a body paint, whatever. It all works. We'll also use a point scale to determine the winner. You'll get 5 points for every 15 seconds you're in the parade. If you march alongside the parade, you'll get an extra 5 points. Marching inside the parade, however, will get you 15.
How about screaming Attack of the Show as you're being hauled off?
That's good. That's good. That's good video. Actually, I'm going to say we'll have a sliding scale as well.
Okay.
So try and get actually and perform in the parade. We'll give you 20 points, but make sure you scream it.
Wouldn't it be funny if a parade crashed this show in response to it?
Yes, I'd love that. Especially if there were horses, ponies,
Okay.
and midgets in flames.
Oh, ponies, midgets, and flames.
Sounds like a bachelor party to me.
Oh, that's good.
So good luck. Make sure you submit the videos as soon as you can. Tuesday night will probably be the deadline. So get them in.
Also, if they haven't done it by Monday, then they're really there's nothing to be done.
Yeah, don't fake a parade either, seriously. Be sure to check out our website for complete rules and guidelines and our little scorecard action.
All right, Sarah comes back tomorrow. So it's really our last time to cut loose on the couch like real mad. I'm going to be putting my feet up on the table, and if there's time, we're going to read some emails and chat questions.
It's me being a man.
Hey gamers, you might know me as Adam Sessler from X-Play. You might also know me as the scary man in your closet. But right now, I'm your best friend, because I'm here to tell you about the Watch to Win sweepstakes presented by EB Games and G4. It's really easy to enter. Now you don't have to sleep with me. I mean, you can. You should. Anyway, all you have to do is now pay attention and follow me closely here. Go to your local EB Games store. When you buy a game, they'll give you a sticker that looks like this. Peel back the top layer to see your code number. Then watch G4 until you see a pop-up that says enter your EB Games code now. And that's your cue to go online at g4tv.com and enter your code number. And if the numbers match, you and a friend could win a trip to Hollywood and tickets to G4ia, the video game awards show. But that's not all. You'll also get a $1,000 gift certificate from EB Games. And just because we like you, we'll even give you an award for biggest thumb blister or best avatar or something amazingly lame like that. But don't worry if you're not the grand prize winner, because EB is also giving away $100 gift certificates daily and $500 gift certificates weekly. But you can't win if you don't enter. So buy a game from EB and make it happen. It's the Watch to Win sweepstakes presented by EB Games and G4. Will you be there when video games take over Hollywood?
Oh, you're back in focus. That's
Yes,
good.
I am. There was more of a bloom effect there than in all of Fable.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
like Elizabeth Taylor done by Peter Molyneux.
Wow, that was obscure.
The White Diamond's ad. The famous White Diamond's ad. Anyway.
All right, let's see what's going on in the IRC chat room quickly. Let's go. Questions.
Proto Man EXE88. Is StarCraft Ghost ever going to come out?
Yes, just not soon.
There you go. Next question.
Fifth dream. How does Adam feel about video game emulation?
That is a
This
good
is such a
question.
tricky one. Look, I don't have as much of a problem with the ones that are arcade games. Are absolutely unavailable. The other stuff, you are stealing stuff. And, I can't in good conscience promote it. I know.
I can.
And no one's going to do things based upon what I say.
You're a good man, Adam.
Am?
Don't tell him that too much. The show is over, folks. Thanks to our guests, Andy Lewis Peterson, and of course, Jeff Gardner.
Now, stay tuned for an all-new edition of Video Game Vixens.
Really? He's kidding. It's an all-nude Meet the Cess. Meet the Cess, baby.
No.
Is that a show?
No. Oh, we've just confused our viewers.